we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Let's start again. Let me know if you can hear me. Good evening, everyone. Let's try this again. So we had no sound with the previous one. Let me know if you can hear me. Charline, hi, thanks for joining us. Please let me know if you guys can hear me. Seems there was a bit of a problem earlier. Here we go. And okay. Hi, Charlene.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, and yourself? You can hear me now.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. Sorry about that. I just thought I'd just restart it. So thanks to everyone who's joined us now. Tonight we're talking to Charlene, and Charlene also has a page and is dealing with infertility. Obviously, it's Wednesday evening, so it's real women, real stories of infertility. And we, the other night when we had our talk, we spoke about adoption, where you interviewed me on adoption, and it was really great being on your IGTV. And so I'm interested to hear what it is that, where you are with your journey and what it, how long you've been being with this journey, struggling with your journey and where you are right now in it. So thank you for joining us and really looking forward to having this chat with you.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having me, Leanne. I really appreciate the invitation, and I really hope that what we're going to talk about will inspire a few people as well, and just know that they are not alone going through this.
That's right.
So for you, those of you who don't know me, my name is Charline. I am a 35-year-old accountant, and I live in Pretoria. When I was a lot younger, in my teens, I already struggled with terrible period pains and all of that. So when I finished school, I went to a gynecologist, and they diagnosed me with PCOS. So in order to treat that, they put me on a contraceptive, and which then helped to regulate the period and all of that. So it was a lot better once I was on the contraceptive. Then my husband and I got married about 14 years ago, and we decided that we didn't want to start a family immediately. I was still busy doing my articles. And my husband's a pastor, so we also just started in a new congregation. So we just wanted to settle in our new life and so on, and not start a family yet. So basically, about 4 years in, the one day I was supposed to go and get my prescription for the contraceptive for that month, and then the pharmacist told me that the contraceptive I was on was going off the market. They didn't have anything in stock, so I needed to go and see the gynecologist to get a new prescription. And so my husband and I, we talked about it, and then we decided, well, let's take it as a sign, instead of me now having to go through my body needing to adapt to a new pill and so on. Let's just take this as a sign and now start trying for a family. So I didn't go back onto the contraceptive naturally, and I think it was about 9 months after we started trying, I found out I was pregnant. So we kept it very, very hush-hush, because it was still very, very early. And about 7 weeks after, or actually I was 7 weeks pregnant, I had my first miscarriage. Now, obviously, the thing is, you get a lot of people that say, okay, but it was only 7 weeks. To me, miscarriage is a miscarriage. Your body, the moment you find out you're pregnant, your body immediately starts preparing for this baby. Psychologically, you start preparing for this baby, and in your marriage, I mean, this is something to be happy about. It's not something that was unplanned. I mean, you planned for this. So either way, if it's a full term or on 14 weeks or 7 weeks, a miscarriage is devastating. Doesn't matter where you have it. But in any case, so had the miscarriage, but then we said, okay, well, seeing that I got pregnant, it means that I can get pregnant again. Yeah. So we basically just got back into the game and everything. And family of ours actually introduced us to a doctor. Now, I live in Pretoria, and this doctor was in Sandton. Now, it's quite a far drive, and I don't understand why fertility doctors always want to see you when the sun comes up. Yeah. I honestly don't know. But in any case, so we needed to drive very early in the morning to miss the traffic to Johannesburg. So we did that for quite some time. He also then had us on a house plan. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. So basically what that was about is at that point you needed to chart your cycle, take your temperature. They put you on medication. The list of the medication is from here to Cape Town. I took a Sunday just to sort out the medication and the pills for that week for both my husband and myself. We actually had those pill separators just to make sure that everyone's drinking what they were supposed to be drinking which day. And that happened for about 4 months. And I can remember it was just before my period was supposed to start. I had this extreme pain in my lower back on the left-hand side. And at that point, I didn't know what it was. So obviously, you go onto internet and you check out Google. And so Google, basically, you are one step away from death, according to the diagnosticians on Google. But in any case, so in the hysteria, because at that point I actually thought I had an ectopic pregnancy, and my husband just said, before you freak out, not that don't freak out doesn't help in any case. So I phoned the doctor, and over the phone the doctor said, well, you know, I need to do a laparoscopy, but from what I hear, I think you've got endometriosis. Wow. So, you know, it's like, yay, get the streamers. This is great news. And so he did a laparoscopy. Sorry?
On top of the PCOS.
Yeah, so on top of the PCOS, I was diagnosed with stage 2 endometriosis at that point. And to make it even more great, he found out that my left ovary wasn't fully developed. My husband called it the corky ovary. He said it looked like, you know like your windscreen wipers, the one is shorter than the other. He said it reminded him of that. So thank you so much for the support. At least I've got a good sense of humor, so that went, in any case. And then over and above that, he also found out, or actually saw, that I had a bicornuate uterus. So for those of you who don't know what that is, if your uterus is round, it almost looks like a heart. So it's almost like got like a bend on the inside. Wow. Uterus. Now, mine wasn't so far down, so if I had to get pregnant, it wouldn't influence the development of the baby at all. A lot of women actually, it's so bad that it almost looks like your uterus is cut in half. Oh. So that actually causes a lot of concern and issues during pregnancy, because there's no room for the baby to grow. Yeah. But anyway, so out of that, we just decided, you know what, now that we know what's going on, now this doctor wants to start us all over again on the medication and all of that. And we just, because that was already 6 months that we went through that. So we just decided that the up and down between here and Sandton is just getting too much. We needed to get a doctor closer. So we got a fertility specialist here in Pretoria, which we started seeing, and they gave us through the different options and so forth. So we started saving money. And then we went for 4 IUI cycles, which were all successful. So by the end of the IUI cycles, we didn't have any more money to spend on fertility treatment, because I mean, this is, you know, if you're looking at, and at that point it was about 18,000 Rand a pop. So
For
you know,
IUI.
for IUI, and that was here in Pretoria. Yeah, no, don't even get me started on that. But yeah, okay.
Well, mine was half that price, eh? In Cape Town, it was half.
That's why when we did our last treatment, we actually, I can't actually give you the doctor's name. I don't think that would be ethical to give the doctor's name right now. But in any case, so so our family actually got together, and because we didn't know what to do next, I wasn't getting pregnant naturally. The pain of the endometriosis was just getting worse, and yeah, long story short, they actually helped us to get the money together, and we did a cycle of IVF. Now, the cycle went so well. When they did the transplant, they actually said that they can't see how this would fail, because the embryos, they actually implanted 2 embryos, and they were of such good quality. They said in all the years that they were busy with IVF, they've actually very rarely seen such good embryo quality. So in any case, so now obviously when a doctor tells you that,
so right up there.
Exactly. So, you know, just don't worry about the 50% chance. I mean, this is more like, this is going to work, you know?
Yeah.
And, oh my word. It was the morning that I was supposed to go and do my blood test. And that morning I started bleeding. Now, obviously, by the time that you get to that point, I mean, that was already, oh my word, I think we were already 5 years in the game. You know everything about bleeding. There's nothing you can tell me about bleeding that I don't know. Okay, so now immediately your head is going, I mean, the doctor said this cannot fail. So this is implantation bleeding or decidual bleeding or any other bleeding. This is not a period. Okay. So I went and did the blood test, and I can remember one of my friends actually took me out for some coffee, and my husband said, leave your phone with me. Just go and enjoy your coffee. They'll phone me and then I'll come and collect you later. Now, obviously, your mind is reeling the whole time. So even though you are saying, enjoy your coffee, it's very difficult to enjoy the coffee when you've got this thing hanging over you. And so he picked me up and he was silent, and I was just, don't drag this out, just tell me. Tell me. And he said he was sorry, they phoned and the test was negative. And at that point, I can remember I sat in the car and I just said, I'm done. I'm done. This is, I mean, at that point as well, with all, from the beginning of the house plan with the hormones and the injections and everything, I actually gained 30 plus kilograms. So now, you know, it's one thing to have your body change in such a way and you've got something to show for it. Now, in this, everything has changed. My hair was darker. My hair was curly. I was feeling